again. We need to redo that. Come on. Come on. I could just keep listening and listening and listening and listening. I love that music. That may be the one, y'all. Every once in a while I might mix it up, but that may be the one. All right, let's talk about content, shall we? Specifically, how do you get people to comment on your stuff? How do you create content that drives engagement? Before we just jump into that, I got a really important question for you. Why do you want it? Why do you want more engagement? What's the why behind it? Type in some comments here. I want to see what you guys have to say. Why do it? I had a post in the group the other day, and somebody had said it's visibility. And I thought, okay, visibility in what way? Is it that you all want comments? Okay, so if you want comments on your stuff, whether it's a video or a post or anything else, why? Tell me why you want those things. I know it may seem a basic question, but our intention, it matters. The intention that we set when we go to post content really does contribute and drive a whole lot of things. Okay, so let's see what y'all have to say, shall we? It's good to see some faces I haven't seen in a while. Hi guys, it's good to see you. Okay, so Kimberly says to grow to get more leads that turn into sales. Ding, 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 ding. You're right on, right? It is about starting conversations. Okay, let's see what else you got. Carol says, people will engage more, receive more of your post, but you can ask more questions to drive to the DM. Yes, it starts the whole thing, right? That's the whole point. The whole reason for putting social media out there is to hopefully have conversations that lead to other things. Somebody responded to another post and said, it's like a runway. The content starts and then it leads to all of these other steps and stages that eventually leads to a client. You guys got it. Okay. The one thing I wanted to just touch on is that oftentimes we feel like we need comments to validate, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I know sometimes there's hubbub out there of like, it shouldn't be that superficial thing. I don't know that it is. Sometimes it's validation that the content is resonating. Sometimes we need those comments and likes and loves and whatever else to be like, okay, I'm on track with this and I'm heading in the right direction. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about engagement for engagement's sake, because that's the one you got to be a little careful of. But I just wanted to call that out just in case. Okay. Julia says, to get more people to know, like, and trust you to build that business relationship. Yes, right? The more they comment, the more the algorithm feeds that and they see more things. That's another one that's important, right? But content is not just about pitch and promote stuff. And we're going to talk about that today. Okay, good stuff. Thank you guys. All right, let's talk a little bit. Where's my thing here? Okay. That's what I already talked about. See, I had a slide prepared and I didn't even need it. You guys nailed it. Oh my goodness sakes. If you are new to me and my world, my name is Jamie Hain. I've actually changed my title. I now call myself a business growth coach. But I will tell you that 2 years ago, I need to change this guy. This guy needs to be changed. Note to self. If I don't, you know how I am. If I don't note it, I will lose it. And that's why, like, for the last month, I have not made this change because I forget about it. Okay, done. Boom, boom. 2 years ago, my content was dead. I mean, I couldn't even hear crickets going. It was that dead. There was no engagement. Many of you were probably in this Facebook group. It was called something different back then. And it was crickets, and I was ready to quit. And I'm so glad I didn't, because now I feel like I have a very engaged group. I have a very engaged personal profile. And what I want to share with you all today, what you're going to get out of this video today is 3 different shifts, 3 different things to think about that are going to help you create content that drives this a little bit differently. Okay. Before I just jump in, if this idea around this is something of interest to you, like if this is one of the things that's just like one of your biggest struggles that you might have, I would encourage you to sign up for my new masterclass. It's called From Crickets to Clients. So if you have crickets right now, come and join me for this free masterclass. It is Monday, March 24th at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. Okay. And just, if you'll just type crickets in the comments, I will send you the link so that you can get registered. We will do it in Zoom. It is a live masterclass, which means there will be activities. It is not just me talking for 90 minutes. There will be exercises and things to really blow your mind and help you understand more about the shifts that you have to make. And we're not just talking about content. It is your whole process. Okay. So I hope you'll come and join us for that. Okay. So back to the 3 shifts. Let's talk about what are the 3 shifts that you need to make. Number one, are you ready? You gotta make it about them. It's not about you. It's not all about you. There is the right time and the place for it to be about you. But if you want to drive more engagement, you gotta make it about them. What the heck am I talking about? I am talking about, where's my guy? Stop telling. Stop doing all the talking. And I don't just mean on your videos. I mean in your posts. If you are in this mode of like, it's a monologue, and you have all the eyes and attention on you, and you are just talking, even if it's typing, if you are talking at somebody, that's the mistake that you're making. You need to start conversations. You need to pull them into the conversation with you. Okay? And you do that by asking more questions. Now, you're going to ask more questions that are specific, that are like the only intention behind it is to engage your audience. Ask questions, and that's the whole post. The whole post is just to ask a question and get them to share. And then your job is to dig into the comments and start those conversations with them. Okay. But even in posts where it's not just like a color block with a question or a statement, when you're doing longer text posts, you got to ask more questions in there. And you got to put the questions first so that they start engaging and connecting with you. Okay. So the whole goal here is ask more questions. Ask questions before you tell. Think of it like this. You've got to give them a reason to care about whatever it is that you're going to talk about. And if you can ask a question and you connect to where they're at, the problem they're having, or the goal or the solution they want, they're going to be way more likely to listen or read the rest of your post because now you've hit them where they need help. Okay? All right. Number 2, you've got to encourage the engagement. You own this. You do, not them. So one of the things that I say all the time is, if you're not getting engagement, are you giving them something to engage on? And I don't mean that to be sassy. Okay, maybe it's a little sassy. But what content are you putting out that is encouraging them to actually comment? So what I want you to think about is, this is not a rhetorical thing. You have to inspire them to comment. And I'm going to talk about that in a second because I specifically chose that word. You have to give something that makes them like, I can't help myself. I have to comment. I'm scrolling on my phone like this. Yes. I can't help but comment because whatever you posted, I have an opinion on this. I have something to say on it. I have to share. People are on social media because they want to be social, right? So you have to inspire that question. Okay, so what am I talking about when I say inspire? It is not comment below. Why would I say that? Why would I say stop telling people to comment below? I'm not saying that it's not good every once in a while. But why do you not want to get in the habit of saying, comment below, tell me what you think, comment below? How does that feel when I say that over and over and over again to you just right now in this live? Comment below. Do me a favor, comment below. Would you comment below? Comment below and tell me this. How's that feel? A little bit like I'm ordering you around, right? And because so many people use the comment below, we don't want to. We don't want to be told what to do. And there's obviously, I've never been able to prove this, but there is a belief, a myth, again, is it real or not, that even the word comment below triggers the algorithm to lower your reach. Because it could be considered clickbait. See where I'm going with this? Okay, so Jackie says it feels forced. Yes, it feels forced. It feels, what's the word? I'm losing my blank. I'm going blank here. It feels desperate. Like the only reason I'm putting this question out there is because I want you to comment. So comment. See that feeling? And your energy matters. We talked about this on a previous call where we talked about love and fear. And desperation is in the fear part. And it absolutely, Joyce says resistance. Yes. Julie says annoying. Yes. Okay. Carol says they will not comment. Why? Why will they not comment? Because nobody's going to comment if I tell you to comment. See what I'm saying? So this gets back to that whole idea of you have to inspire it. Okay. How do you inspire it? You are going to ask juicy questions. What's a question that I can't help but respond to? Brownies or cookies? Which is better? You could even say, and I know I'm going personal, but I'm going personal for a very specific reason, right? Chocolate cake or white cake? Chocolate, what's your favorite cookie? We have opinions on these things, and we can't help ourselves. We have to share them because we genuinely believe the chocolate cake is better. And I'll fight you for it, right? So how do you create that same kind of feeling on content that's not about what your favorite cake is? You've got to ask juicy questions. You got to ask questions that are just as enticing that make people go, yeah, let me go here. Let me share my opinion, my thought, my whatever else it is, okay? You can also do multiple choice. If you make it easy for people, they're going to answer the question. Cookies or brownies? Is it this or this? I make it easy because remember, people are home, they're lazy. They're scrolling. They don't want to think. They want an escape. That's why they're on social media. So if you give them choices, this or that, well, that's easy. I can pick one. And you will always get somebody who says neither or both. That's the fun of it. That doesn't mean you did something wrong in your content. That means you did something right. Okay. The other one that works really well, The other one that works really well is drop a whatever emoji of your choice below if blah, blah, blah. Well, those are easy. I don't have to think. You can even replace emoji with a word like I did today, right? Drop the word crickets in the comments if you want me to send you the link to register for the new masterclass. See what I'm doing there? I make it super easy and super clear what you need to do to get something that I have that you want. And that's important. We're going to talk about that next. Okay. Now, how you respond to all of those comments matters. Remember, we're starting conversations. So you've got to be there to respond to that, whatever they comment so that you can start that dialogue. Okay. Let's see if I got other questions in here. I'm just checking the comments. Hold on here. Amanda says she has a person in her group who always responds to food-based questions. Listen. Is that person me? Because I always do. I love food. Okay. I love food. Yes. Okay, hold on here. Did I miss anything? Okay, I think I got it. Now, let's go on to number 3. You got to know what people want. You got to know why. What is it that you can do in your content that people actually want to hear about? And this is like the $1 million question, right? This is the question that comes up. I can't even tell you how many times it comes up when I'm working with clients. I don't know what to post. I don't know what people are going to want. Okay. So first of all, what I want to say here is that, do I have this in here? No, I don't. It's somewhere. I have it somewhere. It'll come up again, but I'm going to talk about it now. It is all one big experiment, social media. And you have to be willing to try different things and see what works. 2 years ago, when my Facebook group was dead, I told myself, all right, I'm just going to try a whole bunch of stuff and see what happens. I had so many things that didn't work, that failed, that flopped. But the difference was I just kept trying. I wasn't ready to give up. And you have to do that too. Sometimes I think we wait and we think this content has to be perfect. I talked with my Ignite Your Business group this morning, and one of the things that I shared is like, it's like we feel like we have limited lives, like we're playing a video game and we only have 3 lives, and so we hold that back and we think, oh, I can't post it because it's not ready, because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to put it out there, and if it flops, then I lose a life. You have unlimited tries. You can try as much as you want. Nobody's going to remember those things. Nobody's going to remember the fails. When you turn a light bulb on, when you turn a lamp on, and you have light and you're like, oh God, I feel so good. You don't stop and go, you know, the guy that invented this light bulb failed like 999 times before he got it right. What a loser. You don't think that. You think, oh, there's light. This is wonderful. And that's what happens with your people too. So try and fail. But oftentimes the reason we don't do that is because we fear failure, and that's a whole other thing, and I'm not even going to go on that tangent. Okay, so you got to figure out what people want. The fastest way to figure out what people want, try different things and see what works. I wish I had a better answer, okay? But what I want you to get here today is that your content should lead somewhere. You're starting a conversation, but where is that conversation going? You got to be thinking about that. Is there a resource or something that helps somebody that you can give people? Those are great pieces of content. Hey, I've got this. Who wants it? I'm doing a workshop on this. Who wants to join? Because people want value. They want help. They have a problem that they want solved, and you can help them solve it. So make sure that that's what you're putting out in your content. Okay? All right, let's talk about this one. Engagement for engagement's sake. It is not bad. Okay? There are many times where I will go, I've got low engagement going on right now in my group. I need to do something. And I just put something out just for engagement's sake. Usually it's fun, but not always. So I want to make sure you get this. This is not a bad thing. You just don't want to only do this stuff, because if you're only doing this stuff, then you're posting and posting and posting and posting, and you're getting all sorts of engagement and you're not selling anything. So make sure that you're focused on, where am I going? Okay. The other thing that I will touch on here around this, what do people want, is make sure that you're spending time talking about your ideal client, that you get to know your ideal client and what he or she wants, what her pain points are, what her struggles are. And if you can integrate that into your content, you will go so much further. I promise. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Drop them in. You know where to put them. Here's where I had it. I knew I had it somewhere. It's all one big experiment. All right, let's talk about this last one here. And then it's not the algorithm's fault. It's not Facebook. Okay? I'm just going to say it, right? If you're not getting engagement on your content, the problem is right here. And I can say that because I know for a fact that was what was going on with me. And I see this in the clients that I work with when I do social media audits. It's what you're creating that's not driving it. And what can happen is we can get really caught up saying, oh, Facebook, this algorithm is killing me. Because it's easier to blame something else, especially an inanimate object like an algorithm. Or a big entity, a big corporation like Facebook. It's Facebook's fault. It is not. There are lots of people in Facebook that are getting tons of engagement on their content. It's what you're posting that matters. Okay? So, as I said, if you need help with this, I would say let's first start and come on. Join me for the live masterclass. This is not just about content, but we will be talking about content. It's called From Crickets to Clients. Like I said before, if you want the link, drop crickets in below and I will get you the link to sign up. It's free. It's 90 minutes. It is not just me talking. There will be activities and a workbook, and you will walk away with some really great insights about how you start to shift this in your business, not just with your content, but with your intentions and how you are spending your time and how you are moving people down that runway, like I talked about earlier. How are you getting them from commenting on your post, that's step number 1, to becoming a client? Okay, so I hope you will come. I would love to have you. It happens in Zoom, so we're all in there together. For those of you that are like, I can't make it at that day or time, register anyway. You will get the replay. The replay will be just as good as being there live. Well, no, that's not true. Nothing is going to be as good as being there live because you're going to experience it different. So come and join us live. But if you can't because you're working or you have something else, I get it. Okay. All right. A few more things I want to talk about. If you've got questions on any of this, please let me know, okay? But I want to make sure that I'm really clear about this. Content and what you're posting is only one piece. I often refer to this as a three-legged stool. Content is only one part of the three-legged stool. And yes, you have to be intentional with your content. You have to know where you are leading. But there's way more to having a successful business and to hitting your revenue goals than just posting content. Because if we could just post content and be millionaires, we'd all be there. And we're not, right? So there's more to it. If social media is something that you just, it's your nemesis. It's your biggest problem. This week is the last week that you can join. Normally my 6-month program is called Ignite Your Business, and we cover everything. Content is a piece of it. We are just now entering in the next 8 weeks will be about content. And so I'm opening up that if you only want to come in for this container, for this social media piece, we're going to talk about social media, we're going to talk about going live, and we're going to talk about Facebook groups. You can just join us for that piece and pay only for that piece. It's a great way to get into my world. So if that's of interest, this is the last week to join because we start next Tuesday. So if you're interested, send me a DM and reach out to me. Okay. Next week, we will be talking about why your events. So what is an event? I'm specifically talking about your challenges, your workshops, even your Facebook Lives like this, why they're not leading to sales. You're doing all of this activity, and anybody who's ever done an event, whether it's a live or a workshop or a challenge, a lot of time, energy, and effort. And it is so frustrating and discouraging when you get past that and you're like, and nobody bought. Nobody bought. That's really, really hard, right? So come and join us next week, same time, same place, if you want to learn more about this. Okay, I hope to see you there. Okay. I said this earlier, but I think it's worth repeating. If you have a dead space, whether it's your profile, your page, your Facebook group, and you're just getting crickets, nothing's happening, you can turn it around. I'm proof of that. My clients are proof of that. But it does take time, effort, and some strategy. It's not luck. It's not, even with St. Patrick's Day coming up next week, it's not, I don't have magic dust. Does a leprechaun have magic dust, or is he just magical? I think they're just magical. It does take some time and energy and effort. I can't give you the answer, but I can help you with the strategy and I can help you get there faster. Okay. So I am opening up 10, where is it? 10 social media audits. If you want me to look at your profile, your group, and give you feedback on your social media, I got 10 spots. You are going to have to get on a call with me because I want to talk about this with you. I do not want to just send it off into the ether and hope that you get it in Messenger, okay? So you're going to have to book a call, 30-minute call with me, and we will look at your social media and I'll give you tips and tweaks and suggestions and things that you can do to change that, okay? So the first 10 people, just comment social media audit in the comments. Or if you're like, no, I want to make sure I get one, send me a DM and I'll give you one. Okay. Lots of goodies today for you. All right. If there are no more questions, let me just make sure there are no questions before I summarize here. Okay. Angela says, I want to go through this because I think this is important. We'll talk more about this next week. Hold on. Let me pull this up in front of me so that I'm not looking sideways. Okay. Angela says, several months ago, I had an event with a Facebook ad showing 179 people interested. Not one person purchased. I made it public so anyone could see it, but Facebook has it where you cannot directly contact them. The workshop I was hosting generated students from other sources, not social media. Yep. Now, I am surprised, Angela, that 179 people said they were coming and not one person bought. Okay. So there could be so many things going on inside that. And that's what we're going to talk about next week. What went wrong in that situation? What went wrong in that situation? You're always going to get fewer people than who registered, like half. So if you register 50 people, 25 will show up. It's just the math. It's just how it works. You're not going to sell to everybody, and everybody's not going to show up because things come up, we forget things, etc. But then of the people that show up, on average, you're only going to sell about 20% of them. It's just the math. Your numbers might be different, but you won't know what your numbers are until you start tracking it. But that's industry average standards. So I'm a little surprised that you didn't get a single purchase, but there could be so many things going on with that could be happening. So we'll talk more about that next week. Fair? Hang on to this question. Remind me next week so we make sure we get into it. Okay, Angela? Okay. Let me see if there are any other questions. I keep looking over here, and I need to be looking here. Okay. Let me see if there's any other questions. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. I want to put an end to the crickets. No more crickets. No more crickets, because they're just infuriating, and you are putting so much time, energy, and effort into getting this right, and then to get nothing back, it's so frustrating. I know how frustrating it is. So this is the point that we say no more. No more. No more crickets. I want you to repeat after me. I am going to create content that engages. Hopefully you've learned a few tips here today inside of this training. There will be more tips inside the masterclass. Obviously, if you come and join us for the program, you're going to get everything you possibly need to just smash it on social media. But let's for step one, let's get rid of the crickets, shall we? Fair? If there's one thing I'm going to leave you with today, it's this idea. Just start talking to people. Social media is just a mechanism to start conversations. Jasmine Star says, social media is the start of the conversation. So I want you to go and start conversations. And I promise you, you are going to be blown away at what a difference this one makes. All right, everybody. See you later. Thanks for being here. See you next time.